Welcome to this module. This is a module on entrepreneurship and business development. We will explore how to life, how ideas become businesses, and how ordinary people like Elon Musk are able to build extraordinary things just because they were able to start a business. As we start, it's paramount for you to understand that entrepreneurship and running a business is not about starting companies, but it's about solving a problem in the environment. It's about providing solutions and creating value and wholesomely just thinking differently. At the end of it, you learn how to recognize business opportunities, how to recognize business opportunities, how to fund your business idea, and how to build a strong brand that connects with people. So these are our modules that we shall look at. What is entrepreneurship? How do you identify business opportunities? How do you create value? Sorry, how do you create a business plan? How do you fund your idea? And how do you market and brand the business that you have? This is one of those interesting modules. Stay tuned. So quickly, let's start by looking at why entrepreneurship matters. So it's paramount for you to understand that entrepreneurship essentially drives progress. It creates jobs, it powers innovations, and it keeps economies alive. And the world's biggest brands like Apple, Amazon, Airbnb, and all other businesses, Walmart, they create value. They offer solutions to the environment. And as you think about entrepreneurship, it's paramount for you to understand that it's about mindset. It's about seeing possibilities where others see limitations, where others see challenges, you see opportunities. And so, whether it's big brands like Amazon or you have a small creative business idea that creates uh, blogs like this ones, you are offering value and you are creating solutions to the problem that exists. So those are some of the reasons why entrepreneurship matters. It drives innovation, it solves problems in the community. uh, then it's more than a career because it's more of a mindset. Because an entrepreneur is someone who will see a challenge or a possibility in a problem and then they come up with a solution. So their mindset is very different from the mindset of people who are not entrepreneurs. So let's start by looking at an entrepreneur. What is entrepreneurship? And this is essentially a process of you identify a business opportunity, you take risks, and organize resources that will bring this business idea to life. The key ideas are simple that an entrepreneur is a person that creates and runs a venture that gives value. To be innovative as an entrepreneur means you are improving on how things are done. If things are done in a particular way, then you have to think creatively and solve them in a different way. Risk and reward always go in hand. Anywhere where there are risks, there are rewards. So, and without risks, there's no reward and there's no growth. It's important that we also talk about value creation. An entrepreneur gives value, solves problems, and this makes life of the people in the community or people in the society much, much better. This implies that entrepreneurs have got different traits, they've got different characteristics that other people don't have, and they are visionary thinking. These are people who are resilient in what they do, they are creative and in how they solve problems. They are disciplined and focused. Their communication skills and networking skills are top notch. And they don't wait for an opportunity to happen, but they create opportunities that they want. And so those are the few characteristics of an entrepreneur. There are others, and they might be more. So, but these ones are the core ones, the ones that drives entrepreneurship, the one that brings businesses to life. And we've talked about this thing of an entrepreneurial mindset. So it's just important that we also discuss about it deeply. So essentially, what separates an entrepreneur from someone who is not an entrepreneur is the mindset. So, and the mindset, the foundation of their success. And what about their mindset? They have a curious mindset. Their mindset is that of courage. They are constantly learning, continuously learning process. So that an entrepreneurs, they act instead of waiting. They don't wait for perfect opportunities, but they act with a small information or small data that they have. They act. So entrepreneurship always starts with a mindset. It starts with having a creative mindset other than having money. Therefore, an entrepreneur will have to identify a business opportunity. So, because every business starts with an idea, good ideas usually solve real world problems. You understand that Amazon sells goods, Walmart sells goods, Apple sells phones, any other HP, the company sells laptops. Okay. KFC, they sell food. They say ready food. Coca-Cola, they sell drinks. So they solve a particular problems. What are problems? What frustrates me and you? That's a problem. What are trends? Trends is what is changing. How is the world going? Currently, people are moving into AI. So that's a trend. Skills and passion, what are you naturally good at? Then gaps in the market. These are the unmet needs in the market. So once you spot an idea, you evaluate it and get to understand, does it have a demand? Is it pr- profitable? And you have all it takes, the resources and the finances to enable you execute that. So once you those boxes are ticked, then you can go ahead and execute the business opportunity that you have. So you solve a particular problem. So every strong business starts with one clear question, and I've mentioned that. What problem am I solving? Amazon started with selling books. At that particular point in time, it was only selling books. Walmart sells goods. Apple sells phones. HP sells laptops. Hotels, they sell food. And so your solution, the solution that you have must be specific to a clear target audience, valuable, one that saves time, scalable, one that is able to grow, and then sustainable, one that is built for long term. So if no one needs something, then it's not a business, because at the end of the day, no one will come to purchase something that they do not need. So after looking at business idea, then you are always advised to create a business plan, and this is a roadmap. It clarifies your vision. It enables you to understand your goals and explain how you will achieve those goals over a particular period of time. It also might also help you attract investors. It helps you make essential decisions and keep you focused along your journey. So, what are some of the key components of a business plan? A business plan, these are the key components. They are not cast on stone. There might be others. There are different business plans depending on the kind of business. But uh, a, a balanced one contains executive summary, the business description, the market analysis, marketing and sales strategies, operational operations plan or the operationalization bit, and then the financial plan. This includes the startup costs, the sales, and the profit goals that a company will have to go through. So your plan doesn't need to be perfect; it just needs to be clear and actionable. So when you are coming up with a business plan, make sure that it's clear and it's actionable. So, and this leads to 5 P's of business planning. So the 5 P's of business planning are the product, what are you offering and why does it matter? The price, how much does that product cost and what is the value behind it? Place, how and where will customers get it or access it? Promotion or marketing. How will you tell your story? How will people get to know about your product? And finally, the people. This includes the team, the partners, the customers, the clients, any other person who will make your business work. These are people who from inside the business, similar and at the same time, these are also people from outside the business. Many a times, as we finish the 5 P's of planning, you'll need to fund a business. You've started a business and therefore you need to fund it. To fund it is to raise capital towards that business. And funding doesn't always mean finding investors. You can find other partners who will not give you the financial monetary value, but they can be founding partners who will come to give strategic information, will come to give you the knowledge and the technical know-how to run that business. So startup costs might include things like equipment, supplies, and operations. And so you can raise funds through personal savings, use saving your money, friends and family, loans, investors, and crowdfunding. These are online communities and support that help entrepreneurs raise money. Bootstrapping means building a business with limited outside funding. And so this implies that you have to focus on sales. You have to focus on cash flow so that the cash flow and the sales uh, give you the adequate money or finances needed for you to run that business without having the need to go out and seek external funding. Let's look at marketing and branding. Now that you have a business idea and we've talked about funding, it just makes sense that we look at marketing and branding. So marketing is how you communicate your value. How will people perceive you? How will the market perceive you? While branding is how people will remember you. So these two terms are used concurrently, but they're different. So marketing is how you communicate you yourself, while branding is information that is how do people perceive you outside in the market. So marketing persuades customers to try your product, while branding makes them to return back and purchase your product. So even the best product fails if no one knows that they exist, because at the end of the day, they have to be visible to the market. They have to People have to know that those products exist before they come and purchase them. So it's essential that you understand branding, you understand marketing, so that as you create your products and they go out to the market, people will be able to know them, people will be able to purchase them. So let's look at the marketing mix, the 5 P's of marketing. So when you are marketing, your marketing mix should balance these key 5 factors: product, price, place, promotion, and people. So this is a simple question that you can ask yourself: what problem does my product solve? Is my price fair and competitive according to the market? Where will customers find me? That is the place. How will I promote my brand? And most importantly, who are the people that I'm serving? Who are these people that I'm solving their problem? So at the end of the day, marketing tells your story, but branding ensures that your story lasts for a long period of time. So now that we've looked at a brand, what how do you build a strong brand? So in summary, uh, a brand is not a logo, a brand is not a slogan, a brand is a feeling. So when building a brand, focus on visual identity. This has to be clear and consistent, a consistent design. Look at the brand voice, your tone. It has to be friendly, it has to be professional and bold at the same time. Then look at customer experience. Every interaction should reflect the values that you offer as a business. Then finally, trust and consistency. Deliver what you promise. Each and every time, deliver the promise that you make, because this is now what will sell you beyond that particular time. It's important for you to understand that a brand is not what you as the business say, but it's what your customers, it's what the community says about you and about your business. In the process of building a brand, we must come across digital marketing. And because today the world has gone online. So your online presence is your brand. Your online presence is your storefront. So it's important that you develop it well and guard it to the best of your knowledge. And there are different platforms. While we will not go into details into each and every of those platforms, use platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube to reach wider audiences, share educational content, respond to feedback, and encourage reviews. That's how you will grow and manage your brand online. So there's a something for you to practice even as we come to the end of this module. So it's your turn to create a brand. So, and you can start this by developing a business canvas or a mini business plan that includes what problem are you solving, to whom are you solving that problem, the target market, the customers, what is the product, the pricing, and the marketing plan, as well as the funding sources and finding where you could find people to fund you. And so you will develop this and present it to your friend, your family, your teacher, or potential investor. And make sure that you are just concise, you are confident, and you are creative in doing that. I did a case study for someone who creates smoothies or uh, lemonade, healthy drinks at a local supermarket. So if they constantly listen to feedback using various platforms like Instagram, can use Instagram to promote. They can reinvest the profit that they accrue, and at the end of the day, you can turn the business that was small into a sustainable business. And the lesson we learn in entrepreneurship is that you just have to start small and stay adaptable, but use your customers, your best teachers, so that whenever they raise an issue, a concern, a complaint, you're able to come in and check what the issue was and how it could be rectified so that you continue serving them well. These are the common entrepreneurship mistakes. So avoid these common pitfalls: starting without research, ignoring cash flow, mispricing your products either too high or too low, then trying to please everyone, and finally neglecting the marketing or the market. It's paramount for you to understand that every mistake is a lesson, and success comes from learning, adapting, and staying consistent over a long period of time. That's the only way that you can grow. So, as we summarize, a summary of what we've gone through, you've learned what entrepreneurship means, how to identify business opportunities, how to create a business plan, how to secure funding, and how to build a brand that lasts beyond you, that stands the test of time. And remember that entrepreneurship is about solving problems, it's about creating value and impacting the society and the community that we live around. I have a question for you, even as we finish. If you had to start a business today, think of any business, but if you had to start a business or a venture today, what problem would you solve? And what is it that will make you to stand out against uh, against any other business or people who will be solving the same problem? So that marks the end of this module. Which I'll see you in the next module, module 4, which will where we shall be talking about investing, wealth building, and financial system. So that is it for today, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye bye for now.